What is going on, you guys? Joe Petty here with the Idea Tank, and by the end of the video, you're going to understand how to use the power of blog and SEO to land your blog post on the first page of Google, thus growing your business organically and reaping the benefits that come with being on the first page of Google and other search engines. We're going to dive right in. We're going to take this step by step, 4 steps, keep it very short, very sweet, very simple, so you guys can use this. It's actionable and kind of get it started. Now, first off, you need to know that there is no easy button push way to land on Google's first page. It does take work. Now, if you're, a business owner or a marketer, I'm assuming that doesn't scare you off and you're willing to put in a little bit of effort because you have to make the content and you have to do these things. They're steps you have to take, but it's not impossible and it's not overly absurd. It's not some magic thing. It's an algorithm, right? We're going to kind of talk a little bit about that. So let's just jump right into this thing. Step 1, what does a blog do? For the sake of ease, we're not going to dive into the principles of what makes a good blog, but it's important to note for this, you have to have good content. And what makes good content is writing about something that you're authoritative in, you have topical authority, and that relates back to what you do as a brand, product, or service. What do you do? What do you have knowledge in that you can educate people? And you have to be selfless with this. You have to give the value. You have to have people, think about what you would look up if you were trying to answer a question. How can you be, thorough and provide something quality to get people the answer that they need? Thing number 2, this is a top of the funnel inbound marketing strategy. So what that means is oftentimes the first touch point that someone will have exposure to your brand. So you want to make sure that the content you put in is compelling, it's attractive, and it makes people want to come back and learn more about the subject. And you make it memorable, right? It's your thing. And thing number 3, it's great for SEO for your brand. It's also huge for branding. You can put a lot of personality in your blog post. There's 1,000,001 benefits. That's kind of some characteristics of a good blog. First off, how do you decide what's a blog about? The best thing to do, you can do a couple things to figure this out. If you're an established company or brand and you have a blog already and you're just like, I gotta update, I gotta get myself into the first page of Google, then you probably already know what your topical authority is. If you don't, you can hop right in here and I will link how to get here below. But if you just Google search, Google Keyword Planner, you can search keywords that are relevant to your company or business. And if you look this up, you'll be able to actually see, you can actually use this tool to look up keywords and see their search volume, by month and just kind of get some numbers there. So you can say, okay, what are people looking up that would most likely refer back to my business? Okay, that's the keyword I want to go for. You have to identify these keywords. It's incredible. It's the most crucial part of making this happen. So, let's say you're selling Jeep accessories. I don't know. Get results. There's a high competition. It shows you how many monthly searches are here. It's kind of a broad range, right? But at any rate, even if it's the lowest, that's a good amount of people. So that's how you can do it, for number 1. Number 2, you can do it kind of the old school way, which is just go to Google and start typing things in that you would think would relate back to your company. If the search results you're finding are something that you can be competitive in, and that, yes, okay, this is definitely, that's a competitor of mine, or they're in the same space, then you have a winner. There's numerous ways to figure this out. You can also use Google Analytics if you have analytics tied to the back of your website and actually look for traffic and see what people are most visiting on your website. And again, we're just doing this to establish topical authority. So keywords that are most tied to your brand, business, or service. So that's kind of step 2, keyword research. Dive into that, get that done. And don't overthink, right? A lot of this is playing around with it. So, be ready for a couple of posts. So now let's kind of move into step number 3. And this is actually how to incorporate keywords. And so to explain this, I'm going to show you an example of getting a blog post to the first page of Google in a competitive space. And so I do work for a company called Ultraspire. I do marketing work here. And the blog is one thing that I focus on pretty heavily. And so this post here, September 27, 2019. The waist light collection for this company is the fastest growing part of their business. There is some competition in the space, and it is a new space. They were disruptive in the lighting category. They've seen some really good success, and with good success comes competition. So, to dominate the market, numerous strategies to put into place, but to be present on the search engine where people are hanging out most to look and get information is super critical, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. So here's the blog post, Ultraspire Waist Light Collection Gear Guide 2021. I do a little bit of updates here, and I go through and make sure I keep the post current. Obviously, I could update this picture, but this is actually when it released, so I don't want to be deceptive. You want to be honest. So which light is best for you? So as runners, this brand services endurance sports, ultra marathoners, trail runners, and all that group of people. So For me, to answer the question that they would be looking for the most is which light is best for me. And there's this array of options. Most people, in order to sell this concept, they have to learn about the product, number one, and then with options, what do I pick? What's the best one? As runners are learning about this, they're loving it. So it's like, how do we provide a resource that they can learn more about which light is actually best suited for them, as it is not a cheap purchase. It is a premium product, and it is priced as such. So what's in here? A little bit of education. As you can see, I have a waist light up at the top. Come down through here, right? A little bit of, little video action here. We have some GIFs kind of showcasing, here's what a headlamp looks like versus here's what a 3D light looks like. It's showing some just initial differences. Lumen 800 multi-sport waist light, some descriptions, some links to our website, just very basic, but stuff that kind of just says, hey, this is good for this kind of person. This is the feature set that it comes with. What do you need and what are you looking for? So what happened here, which was pretty spectacular, and this is what we were shooting for, if you come over to Google and you type in waist light, okay, you got some options up top. These are just a Google shopping campaign, so we're not concerned here. This is ad spend. This is a whole different thing. But if you come down here, you're going to see we have some Ultra Runner podcasts, some Duluth Runner, some gear reviews, and then right there, the third one, Ultraspire Waist Light, Collection Gear Guide 2021. Which light is best for you? So you can see that we're the third option down on the first page. Now, why is this beneficial? Granted, obviously being found is one of them, but I think there's something really important to be said about, when consumers are searching for something for the first time and then you're one of the very first options. Again, when we're marketing, we're trying to make your business or brand become an authority, right? We want people to trust you. We want people to, be, like, this is the company for me. They have the solutions. I trust what they're talking about. They know what they're talking about. So this establishes trust, man. Like, you hop on Google and you click and read it. Yeah, I totally, absolutely. Like, I just learned about what waist lighting is, and I know which one's best for me. Okay, it's this one. Well, I'm going to click and buy, right? Or I'm going to click and learn more. I'm going to move further into the funnel. And from here, I have so many options, from retargeting, to capturing their email. If they're going to leave, hey, here's some exit intent to try to keep them to stay, tons of things. But it all starts with this strategy and being able to get my blog post on Google. Now, how did I actually do this? So I'm going to give you guys some actionable steps that you can take to place these keywords strategically in your blog post that will help you to land the first page of Google best practices, if you will. So first off, put the keyword in your title. As you can see, I have waist light here in the title of this blog post. So there it is. So you have the keyword in your title, the keyword in your paragraph, and it should show up 5 to 8 times throughout the rest of the blog post. If you go too heavy and it sounds funny and it reads like you're kind of a robot, Google's going to be able to tell that, and you're going to be penalized. You will not make the first page of Google, and you're going to wonder what happened. Hey, this isn't working. So again, to recap, in the title, in the first paragraph, and 5 to 8 times in the rest of the blog post. So you're placing these keywords strategically throughout your content. So to kind of recap this all together, topical authority. Make sure what you're writing about is authoritative. It's something that you guys do, to establish that trust. Number 2, make sure that the keyword is related back to your products and or services. Make sure that, that the keywords are showing up, as we mentioned before, in the specified locations. Number 3, make sure that it's in relation to your brand, product, or service. I mean, that kind of goes without saying, but you got to understand what Google's trying to do. You got to just kind of think and be clear. Google wants to give the user who is searching, for their answer, their results, the best possible solution to find what they're looking for. Be that solution, right? So definitely think critically in how you can help people and provide value. And you're going to see a good success with this. So if you guys found this video helpful, drop a like, a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. There's going to be a lot more marketing tips and strategy coming. I just want to get the ball rolling with this. I think this is an actionable way to get started with any business, especially with the magnitude of people who are getting into the digital space. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and you can take some, something from it to be able to put into play into your marketing plan or to your business. And I look forward to connecting again in the very near future with some new videos, some new strategies, some new marketing tactics, and talking about everything that could possibly have to do with marketing and advertising and being strategic in communication. So I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Have a beautiful day.